we're going to use the table drill to tell you, which is set up just here. 2 alignment sticks, well, you need 3 alignment sticks this one, as you know, we love them on the channel, and it's going to help you hold the angle, hold that release, create that power, hold it for longer. That is what we're after in the golf swing, and this is how you're going to do it. Okay, this is the table drill. As you can see here, I'm going to show you the setup right now. We have got 2 alignment sticks at a crisscross. We've got our golf ball, which is going to be lined up on the outer alignment stick. Now, this is for us to help us get the club into the slot, but actually in a position where we can hold the angle. Now, it's really important that first off, we hold this golf club correctly. So let's talk about how we hold the golf club and a really simple hack of how to get it correct straight away. Now, the important points are that we get the golf club into the fingers. So I want you to grip the golf club and hold it with your non-glove hand in the middle of the shaft. That's the first point of call. I then want you to put the golf shaft in front of us, where we've got the grip hanging out our left hand side. I then want you to put your hand down until your knuckles are on top of the golf club. Wrap your fingers under, bring the golf club to the front of you. And as you can see there with those close-ups, we've got the grip into the fingers. Now, just keeping your golf glove hand on now, so if you're left-handed, you would just simply do it the opposite way around. It's important you've got the toe up as you're doing this, whether you're left-handed or right-handed, to ensure that golf club is in a square position. So I want you just to keep the golf club in that left hand or in that right hand if you're a left-handed player, and just make those swings now. And realise that if we want to hold this angle, there's quite a lot of pressure that goes through our forearm. So we need that leverage of the meaty part of our hand to hold the angle at speed and release that golf club through to the ball. So point number 1, we've got to make sure we've got a great hold of that golf club, and that's where we're starting. Okay, without further ado, we're into the table drill, and we're going to have to lose the golf club and pick up the alignment stick. I still want you to stand as if you were addressing the golf ball with a 7-iron, so potentially just gripping down this alignment stick a little bit just to make it roughly a 7-iron length. Doesn't have to be so perfect. Now, the important point is that we realise that we said before in our setup of the perfect table drill is that we're trying to feel as though our golf ball is on the end of that alignment stick. So if we're someone who dumps away that power early, we're not going to have much of our alignment stick or any of our alignment stick going through our table. We're not going to have any angle that lasts parallel between our left arm or our lead arm and our golf club. Our ideal scenario is that we can hold an angle roughly around this as our hands pass our thigh for as long as possible. Now, I just want to say one thing. I actually had a lesson today, this morning, with a gentleman called Adam, and he was saying, well, actually, what we're trying to do for the whole golf swing is, at that last parallel, is make sure everything's in the correct space in order for us to go, whoo, and freewheel it. Bingo moment. That is what we're after. So we're trying to feel that everything that we've done up to last parallel onto the table is ready just for us to go, boof, and away. Exactly that. So this is how I want you to do the drill. I'm roughly an alignment stick away, and I'm addressing the golf ball as if I was hitting a 7-iron. So real nice simple setup. I want you to swing the golf club top of the backswing. I then want you to swing down and imagine you're going to put this on the table. So to set this up, we're going to imagine we're half an alignment stick away from our table, which is effectively this mini part, or we could say slot. So what we're essentially looking to feel is 7-iron distance with the alignment stick, roughly half an alignment stick away in distance this way, is swinging to the top and put this alignment stick onto the table at last parallel. Now, I want you to feel this as if you're doing the downswing in a little bit of a sequence. So as we've spoken about before in previous videos, to start our downswing, we want to feel as though we start from the ground up. Our lower half starts working towards target, our upper half is the last piece of the puzzle to move. So in the downswing, I'm going to briefly talk about this. We've got right bend and we've got left pocket. Bring that all together, that is what we want to feel in terms of the body function. In terms of starting the downswing now, left pocket, right bend, onto the table. At last parallel, get the hands on the right thigh, hips opening up, and keep that opening, holding, and through. Up, down, and through. This is such a good drill for your drivers, for your irons. You can clearly see I'm putting it on that table. I'm not throwing the angle away. I'd get all cut up, or I wouldn't get in it at all. There's no real pressure being created down to the ball. What we're trying to feel is that we get it to sink straight on and achieve this position at last parallel. Putting that club onto the table, putting that alignment stick onto the table. Try this, because if you think of it this way, what we're trying to feel at last parallel is that we've got that golf club into a position like this for us to rotate and let that power go down onto the golf ball. So I just want to spend a little bit longer going into this in a little bit more detail. So let's flip to that now. The elements that we're looking to do when we're trying to hit our irons better or our driver better is be able to hold this angle for longer and turn and rotate and let it go. So there are elements in the swing that we need to make work: grip and body functions and holding this angle. So we've spoken about grip, we've spoken about the table drill. I just want to spend another 2 minutes of your time here. Stick with it. I'm just explaining what these hands are doing, because I think that's really important in the golf swing to really do. So I want you to do this by going back to holding this golf club in one hand again, because it's going to bring this all together. So for us to turn properly through the backswing and get this club working on plane, we need to make sure that we've got the grip right, but also holding it in one hand is going to make sure we're doing this right, okay? So I want you to grip your hand under. So we're going to go right under left elbow. Now you've seen plenty of drills where we do it this way for a right-handed player and this way for a left-handed player. We're going to flip it on its head. We're going to go with the lead arm being hooked in. So we're going to hook the lead arm in, we're going to turn it to the top, we're going to turn it and hold the angle. We're then going to rotate into impact, and we're going to realise that our hands work down as they pass our right thigh. They start to rotate in, up and around. They don't just continue staying towards target. It's understanding that they work on a slight arc in and around the body. That would be like what we call our hand path. So if we accompany that with a table drill now, in, hook it in, turn it to the top, put it down on the table, turn it and through. So essentially, what we're trying to feel is that at last parallel, we can smash it onto the table and explode up and through the shot. That is how we're going to transfer our power with our irons, with our driver, to hopefully you can stand over there with that confidence, like those photos I put up before, and trust what's going to come out. And you'll actually be able to enjoy that hit, not fear those fats, not dump away that power. This is my favourite drill for that. Please name it for me, because I really like it. Thanks for joining me, guys.